very, very special edition of Animal World Live on a Thursday night. And of course, this doesn't happen very often, but we're very excited to have you here. And we have a special guest joining us all the way from Greece. Hello, Margot. Of course, Margot was with us out in the bush not even a week ago. So let's wait for Margot to say hi.
Hello. Hi. Good to see you.
And of course, Margot has been working on the most incredible project over the last several years. And Margot had an amazing experience with elephants, which enticed her and inspired her to create the Remembering Wildlife series. So we'll let Margot tell you a lot more about that rather than me.
Yes, I started Remembering Wildlife 5 years ago after seeing a poached elephant and wanting to raise money for conservation. And as you know, we've now done 5 books. Our 6th is coming out soon, and we've raised over $1 million for projects from elephants, rhinos, lions, great apes, cheetahs, and now coming up to your favourite, African wild dogs, which will be out in November, which is why I was out visiting with you guys just last week, and I wish I was still in Africa.
I know, very, very exciting. There we go, guys. You can see some of the books, and I know Remembering Wild Dogs is coming out, but if you don't have the rest of the series, you can still do that by just going onto the Remembering Wildlife website. Charles, I'm sure, will pop up a link for those who need it. There we go. Charles is on it. And you can actually get the whole series. But we're not going to talk about apes and elephants and rhinos and lions and cheetahs tonight. We're going to talk about my most absolutely favorite animal, the African wild dog. It's got lots of names. It's also called the painted dog, painted wolf, and of course its scientific name is Lichen pictus or Lichen pictus. It depends on your pronunciation, and that means painted wolf or painted dog. So obviously a very apt name. And Margot has got some of the most fantastic photographers from around the world who have photographed these animals to contribute to this incredible book. And now you can actually join us to chat with some of these photographers live if you buy a ticket for the 11th of November. Sorry, that's going there. For the event, which is the launch of the African Wild Dogs, Remembering African Wild Dogs book globally. If you are in the UK, you can actually get a ticket to go there personally, but if you can't be in the UK, there are tickets available to join virtually, and we will actually be hosting it both from the Royal Geographic Society in London and right here next to this fire in the middle of the African bush near Hoedspruit. Oh, Codge, can't wait for the new book. I've just finished collecting the first 5. Now, the main reason is for this broadcast tonight is because something very strange happened while Margot was out, and I think it's just serendipity. I mean, you could not have asked for anything more perfect. And we actually filmed a few little things while Margot was out. There's a lot more to come with Margot, don't you worry. But for now, we're just going to give you a little sneak peek about what tonight's broadcast is all about.
Excited about this. This is a new den site. It only actually all came together today for us. We're going to be putting camera traps here, and we think within about 8 to 10 days the pup should be emerging. And this is going to be a live stream just for ticket holders for the launch of Remembering African Wild Dogs. So we'll be sending out details to everyone who's bought tickets already shortly, and hopefully we can I'll be doing the same back in London, keeping an eye on this to see the dogs or the pups emerging. It's a really late den apparently, so we're incredibly lucky to have this timing. And this is all thanks to the Endangered Wildlife Trust, the guys at Painted Dog TV and the Baluli Nature Reserve for making this happen for us. I'm so excited, I can't wait to see what happens.
Now, isn't that absolutely amazing? I mean, in southern Africa, wild dogs generally den in May and June, and by this time of the year the puppies are bolting around the wilderness, but to have a late denning pack of wild dogs inside the Baluli Game Reserve is just absolutely incredible. And Margot, tell us what you thought when we found this out.
Well, I didn't quite believe you, and then when we started discussing the possibility of setting a live cam on it, I didn't really believe that that was going to be possible either. So you proved me wrong, and I'm just so excited to start watching this live cam.
At the den right this very second, a quick little teaser. Now, of course, because this is in support of the amazing work that a lot of conservationists do in this area, we've got another little clip that we're going to play for you now before Margot and I will start answering some of your questions and getting into the nitty of gritty about how you can watch the live wild dog camera. Very exciting. We are on Baluli Game Reserve. We're not going to tell you exactly where for the safety of a very special creature, the African wild dog. Just below us in the valley, we're about to do something that has only ever been done once before in the wild, as far as we're aware, and that's to put up a live camera on an active wild dog den. And this is, of course, all to do with remembering African wild dogs and Margot, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. And if you have bought your ticket for the gala event on the 11th of November, you will have private access to this incredible live feed from the African bush of a pack of African wild dogs, and hopefully get the first glimpse of the little babies coming out.
Very exciting.
Grant?
Yeah, and quite an interesting one in terms of how late it is in the season, which is also then important and unique to monitor what the pup survival rate is and how many pups are coming out of the den. So the camera is not just for our entertainment, it is actually associated with a research purpose as well.
So we're going to now get everyone ready up into the vehicles, and we're going to go have a look at the site where the den is so we can plan on how we can put up this camera without affecting the animals. So very exciting, everything's up and working. We've had a few little tricky things that Verma has managed to sort out, but very exciting to have a wild dog den live about 3 months after the rest of the wild dogs have finished denning. Hello and welcome back, and I've lost all comms and I don't know what's going on, but I'm assuming I'm live. I'm going to see what's happened here on my TeamSpeak. It's decided it doesn't like me. Naughty error. Oh, I'm getting so much noise in my ear. Let's try again. But anyway, it says I'm logging in now. I should be back in a second. It is absolutely incredible and it is unbelievable. Okay, there we go. I'm back on comms. I should be able to hear Margot again. And very, very exciting. And of course, as with most things in the African bush, it didn't go quite according to plan. We were hoping to have this up by Sunday evening, and hence why all the delays on this Animal World Live, and it is now on a Thursday evening. And I think Virm will attest to, yesterday was probably the most stressful. I didn't quite see it. As I said, there's quite a lot more stuff coming out, but I was perched on top of a step ladder with a screwdriver trying to use it to point to a mountain 3 kilometers away where I thought the den was, so we could point the signal to the den, and we were getting nothing out. And I was convinced that either I was going mad or something is not working. Fortunately, it was a faulty battery on the other side, and we managed to fix that all this morning, and now everything is up and running. There we go. Let's have a look at some few questions here. Before we tell you all the good stuff, there's a question I saw for Margot. Margot, how many books in total so far? And I can't remember who that was from. Sorry.
Well, the African Wild Dog book will be the 6th in the series. So Remembering Elephants came out 2016, and I've done one a year ever since. So yeah, the pace has been intense.
Yes, it is. And I mean, you must understand that it's an incredible amount of work that goes into each one of these books, managing to get absolutely amazing photographers from all over the world to contribute towards conservation with their incredible images. And if you do get the book, there might be a few names that some of you will recognize in that book. And let me see. Rosemary says, I haven't got around to it, but I'm definitely will get my ticket soon. Cookie's saying, you better hurry up, Rosemary, because they might sell out. Indeed, they might. And hopefully with your help, we will sell out. But because this is a very, very, very special thing and a very unusual thing, having wild dogs denning this late in the season. And there's something else I haven't even told you yet. VM just keeps showing you pictures of the den live. We do have one or two small clips from this afternoon. I think the first clip is from about 20 minutes after we finished doing the setup. Oh, we can chat over these, VM says. But you can actually hear the puppies in the den. The puppies have not seen the light of day yet. So I think we're going to have to start making some bets, Margot, for when the puppies are going to come out and make their first appearance.
Yeah, so how old do you think they sounded, Brent?
So I think these puppies were born within a day or two of us knowing about this den. And they normally come out, anything from very early will be 10 to 12 days, but sometimes as late as sort of 20 days. So, I mean, from when we found this den now, from when they're born, sorry. So from when we're still not 100% sure they were born when we went there for the first time. So I think they're going to come out in a week from today. 7 days from today is my guess.
Okay, so you think Thursday the 21st then? So that's your sweepstake. I'll take Saturday the 23rd.
Saturday the 23rd. Virm, when's your guess from Final Control? So Virm's going to take Sunday. So we've got Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. We'll have to get Grant. Unfortunately, Grant was going to try to join us tonight, but he's actually in Kruger National Park today. But he will be joining us going forward. We'll have to see what Grant thinks. We've been having lots of fun betting on that, but it is very exciting. Now, even if you are unable to get a ticket for the gala event on the 11th of November for Remembering Wildlife, Margot is kindly given everyone an opportunity to contribute to wild dog conservation, in particular to the amazing work the Endangered Wildlife Trust does with the Kruger Wild Dog Project, which is one of the largest wild dog populations in Southern Africa, by launching a special ticket, which I'll let her tell you about.
Yeah, so we've launched a ticket which is just a flat £10, so British pounds, to give you access to the Wild Dog Cam from now until the 11th of November. And all of the money, the straight £10, everyone that's sold is going to go to the Endangered Wildlife Trust.
Listening to scops, owls, calling in the garden, sitting next to a fire. But you can see I'm sitting quite far from the fire today. It's very hot. Don, Gremlins, Catherine, guys, let me know if we're back. Oh, we are back. VM says we are back. Not sure. Hello. Let me know. I think we're back.
I'm
Can
still
you hear
here.
me? Let me know. Oh, hi, Margot. At least Margot, you're still there. Aha. Oh, so Vem says this is a problem with the repeater. He thinks a porcupine has chewed one of the cables. We're not joking. It's happened before, and it's causing intermittence. And we didn't have time to go fix it today because we're out doing the wild dogs. So we'll go fix that first thing. Oh my goodness, porcupines and copper. They like chewing cables. We've got to put them up in the trees. Ah, there we go. Everyone says we're back. Codge Jr., question for Margot. Will the series of books just be focusing on African endangered animals, or may it lead to other animals such as snow leopards, polar bears, as I sponsor these through WWF?
Very good question. If I got £1 for every time I was asked what the next book would be, I wouldn't need to make books. I am considering leaving Africa at some point with the series for sure. So you'll just have to watch this space. I never make an announcement till I've launched the next one. So, but maybe.
Maybe. Rosalind, there are 7 wild dogs, if I remember correctly, in this pack. Including the alpha female. Yeah. Now, let's get back to a bit of the nitty-gritty. So I'm just going to ask Charles, in case anyone missed it, if you want to purchase a ticket to the live gala event on the 11th of November, if you are in the UK, get a ticket and go there in person. Do it, I tell you. But if you can't be in the UK, join us virtually as well. And all the information is on the link that Charles will pop up in a second, and that's where to go. And as I said, if you know you're busy on the 11th and you're unable to make it on the 11th, you can buy a ticket to just watch the live wild dog camera.
The virtual ticket, Brent, will also be a recording for a month.
Oh, yes.
So if people want to buy a virtual ticket and can't watch it live, they can watch it at their leisure later on.
So there we go. As you heard from Margot there, virtual tickets will be available for a month after the event. So if you're not able to make it live, you can still watch the whole event for a month afterwards. And there we go. I see Julie's got her tickets. Carol, that is a very good question. It's now frozen with me in my hat. Are we back? Carol, the name of the pack. No, it's good. It's fixed itself, Matt. There we go. Go away, Matt. But when it comes to the pack, it doesn't have a name. But you're going to have to find out and wait a little bit more. So Margot, Grant, and myself have some ideas about naming the pack. But Margot, what do you think? We keep everyone in suspense for a little longer. Oh, gremlins tonight. Oh dear. I'm going to eat that porcupine.
Yeah, because I can't even play the video.
Yeah, I'm going to eat that porcupine. While we wait, can do some fire maintenance. I think I put the big one on too late. No, I put it on too late. Anyone feel like porcupine for dinner? someone just pop their head through the office window and find out what's going on.
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening, Wimpy? Are we done?
I don't know if it will come back.
It's that cable, eh? No, there's a problem with the cable at main repeater.
Yeah, I know.
We just haven't had time.
I mean, the internet's been dropping every now and again.
It's the cable.
Yeah, I know. So usually it comes back. Doesn't take this long?
No. It was out for like 3 hours the other night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm off camera, yeah. Oh dear. Why do we do live, guys? Why don't we just film things? Because it's much easier and things can't go wrong. And if they go wrong, no one can see.
Do this, and you were on the phone immediately sorting it out to them, and yeah, you're amazing, so thank you. I'm really grateful to the support from Painted Dog TV.
Someone please bring me an apple juice. This time it was YouTube that was rejecting us. So, well, you know, that's the joy of live. Yes, we're gonna have to put up a camera to see when the porcupine eats the cable. Okay, where were we, Marco?
We were saying buy a ticket and watch on the 11th,
Yes.
please.
Yeah, so if you can, please buy a ticket to attend the whole virtual event. If you're in the UK, please go in person. It'll be amazing. You'll be able to see all those photographs up in the foyer. Margot can tell you a little bit more about that. I wish I was going.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. So obviously last year we couldn't have a live exhibition in London because of lockdown, but we're back this year. We're going to have over 70 pictures from the book, including pictures from your friends like Tristan Dix and Adam Bannister,
Yes.
and amazing photographers, Daryl Balfour, Jonathan Angela Scott, who isn't in the book. It's truly beautiful. So please come on down if you're able to get to London, both on the 11th, but also during that week. I'll be there every day, and it'd be nice to meet some people.
And then, of course, for those who are not going to be able to make it for London and are missing the cocktail party, we will be here with a bunch of those photographers, as well as Grant and Cole from Endangered Wildlife Trust, sitting around this very fire discussing wild dogs before the main event. So you get a virtual cocktail party with us in the bush if you can't make the real cocktail party in London. Okay, let's see. So guys, before the porcupine cable gives us any more grief, it is, as I said, it's been an absolute pleasure being able to work with Margot on remembering African wild dogs, and the incredible work and the amazing thing that over a series of books. Oh, here comes my apple juice. Thank you, Matthew. Say hello, Matthew. Don't hide from the camera. Show your face. Wave. There we go. Well done, Matthew. So on that note, well, that's a really big apple juice, guys. Yo. So of course, before we lose signal again, it's been absolutely amazing working with you, Margot, and we can't wait for the 11th, and we also can't wait to see those puppies.
Yeah, no, cheers Cheers to you. I'm on the red wine here. And yeah, I'm so excited to watch the puppies. And also I'd encourage people, I had it on earlier today, just in the background, and it kind of makes you feel like you're in the African bush because you've just got the sounds coming through. So everyone, please watch it. Someone tell me when the puppies come through. And Brent, thank you again to you and all of the team. You are amazing. And I cannot wait for the 11th as long as the porcupine doesn't show up.
I know, we're going to go put the cable in a pipe so the porcupine can't get near it. And sorry we haven't got through a lot of people's questions. I have not seen an albino wild dog, for who was asking. We will, I'm just hoping we can get through everything we need to. Just a quick thank you, of course, to Rogue, who kept me very, very protected from the sun today while we're out in the heat putting up that camera. And of course, all the lights that are making you be able to see me tonight are by the incredible LED Lenser. And again, a very, very big special thank you to Baluli Private Nature Reserve for allowing us access. And go buy your tickets so you can see the puppies! They make me so excited, I can't help myself. And so from myself and Margot, who you'll be hearing a lot of, over the next coming weeks as we move towards the 11th. Keep a look out on both our social medias, and if you haven't yet, please go follow Margot Raggett Wildlife Photography on Instagram, and also Remembering Wildlife on Instagram. And a very special get well soon to one of our live camera curators. I hope you do get well very, very soon. Obviously, we're not going to say who it is at the moment, but please get well soon. And of course, there's going to be a few more curator spots up with another camera. So if you want to become one of the Painted Dog live camera curators and get to choose the clips that are played on shows like Animal World Live and make it all the way to social media, please email info@painteddog.tv. What else am I forgetting? Because I'm always forgetting something, Vim. Ask Charles, Vim says in my ear.
Credits have been updated.
Matthew says the credits have been updated. Thank you, Matthew. Oh, yes. What am I forgetting? Oh, Charles needs an apple juice. I think we're all going to have an apple juice and burn some meat on the fire after this. But again, thank you all of you for participating, and a massive thank you to everyone who has purchased a book, whether it is one of the previous books or are waiting patiently for your copy of Remembering African Wild Dogs. And to just give you an idea of the type of work that you are supporting by buying tickets to the event and buying the book itself, or just a ticket to the live Wild Dog Cam. We've got some of the work that we've done with EWT in the past, just to show you how important the conservation work it does, and you can be a part in helping conserve the second most endangered canid in Africa and the most endangered canid in southern Africa, with less than 6,000 individuals left in the wild. Wild dogs truly need our help, and we are so grateful for people like Margot and you who are supporting them. Thank you so much, Margot.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you again soon, and thanks for all the support.
Thanks, guys. Lots of love from the middle of the bush, from the Painted Dog team and the Remembering Wildlife team with Margot. Bye!
please, just stop for fucking killing my animals. Still killing and killing and killing. They've killed this viker now in front of the lodge. I mean, what must I do to get you guys to catch this fucking stuff? You will just come and collect your collar. I mean, if I see them now, they are dead. I mean, so you can come and collect your collar there.
So you see there's quite a lot of stuff going on behind the guys from Joel and Ben, the vets, and Grant from the Endangered Wildlife Trust and the capture team. We're getting ready to try do some drop net capture on 3 wild dogs that are in an area where they're under threat. The guys have been trying to catch these dogs for nearly 3 months. They're very skittish, it's very tough country up here in the Mapanis. So we're hoping that today is going to be the day that we catch all the dogs. Very exciting and of course incredibly important work. The Endangered Wildlife Trust wild dog range expansion and just protecting the dogs that we have when they move into areas where they're under threat, that we are able to find the resources to catch and move them to a safe space. I've been lucky, I've been involved in lots of different captures over the years, and this is the first time that I've been seeing drop net capture with wild dogs. So I'm very excited, and we'll be there right on the front line, and hopefully we'll be able to catch all 3 of the males and move them off to a safe place. So a lot of people have never seen net capture, let alone curtain capture before, or net capture.
Right, so basically there's our one corner there. This big old tree is going to be our other corner here. We're going to put a nice flag up for Jerry. And we're going to put up some drop nets probably on the side here and the stick stuff and at the back there. And as soon as the dogs come in, Jerry gives the alarm, the gate's closed. We hope to catch them in the net. Once they're in the net, they kind of relax. You can walk up and then from there we'll actually hand inject them and then you can move them to the crates and move them to their net hole.
We saw the dogs from the helicopter. They're about 3 kilometers to the west of us, and once we've got the boma set up and some camouflage laid down around the gates, which are going to be pulled closed as we chase the wild dogs with the helicopter into this, and then as soon as they hit one of the nets, there'll be probably 2 people per dog. We'll jump onto the dog, hold it, while Joel and Ben give them a little bit of a sleepy pill or a sleepy injection, and then we'll put them into the crates and move them through to their new home for the next while. So hopefully they're going to only be in the boma for a couple of months, and then hope they're going to be moving up to EWT's big boma in Valkevonden, and then from Valkevonden they could go anywhere in Africa. They could go to Malawi, they could go to Mozambique, they could go to Zambia, they could go to Angola. So very exciting stuff. And is there a reason we're using this particular type of capture?
So effectively, according to WAG SA, we would follow a series of capture methods. The first being the most non-invasive and the most or least stressful would be to try and dart them from the ground on a bait, lure them in using who calls, which we've done many times with you before. And unfortunately, because of the area that they're in, outside protected areas, they've just become incredibly skittish. So I actually, after 25 odd times of trying to find them on the ground, have only seen them once, and you can't get to within 50 meters of them. So that option, which is always the first sort of number one option, was not viable. Then the second option is just to dart them from a helicopter. So Joel Alves spent 3.5 hours in the helicopter trying to dart them.
And that turned into a nightmare. That was a lot of darts later, and they kept running into the little termite mounds, and then we had to leave that dog and go for another one, and we had the spot plane in the air, so it was a hell of a mission, eh?
But hopefully this morning,
I'm holding thumbs, I think, for all of us. If we can get these dogs.
a lot of hours out here.
It'll be a big headache out of our way if we can catch these things, eh?
And what was happening as well, when they were putting pressure on from the helicopter to dart, which you have to get quite low, within 30 meters of the dog, they were just bombshelling. But with a boma, you've got more chance to keep them together from the helicopter because you're not putting as much pressure. And that's why in this area we've got this open area just before the boma, because then the helicopter can get low for the final chase into the boma. So that's the plan.
The siren is going to go, it's going to go boop, 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 because he's going to, once he comes, but it'll be little bits of the siren, burst of the siren, burst of the siren. Once he's over us,
I'm running to cattle, there's two running together, but I think the one's with the collar is with the two, the other one is
Okay, fine. Leave the hat.
Bloody maestro, that man, eh?
Okay, let me hold him. Okay. Try and put him on his side.
Okay.
Okay, what? Okay, hold him. Hold him.
Kom om neer, né?
It's been a long, hard slog. We definitely wouldn't have done this without Jerry and the work to get them into the boma at the end. But you know, just as a technique, it is stressful to chase them in the helicopter and whatever. But these dogs aren't habituated, and we've been trying for 3 months to dart them on the ground, and it just wasn't possible. So this net boma, you know, it's not as a last resort, but just because of how stressful it is, it's just a huge relief that we got all 3 of them together, because if you only get one, then it's really complicated as to what to do with them. Yeah. So remember, wild dogs aren't apex predators. They are essentially meso-carnivores or meso-predators, in that they're lower down in the scale, in the trophic level scale, to lion, leopard, hyena, just from a competition point of view. And that's pushing them outside the boundaries of formal protected areas, which then unfortunately they come into conflict with game ranches or community areas, high people density, and there's actually currently in the greater Hoedspruit area up to 6 different packs, up to 70 dogs. And this particular group of 3 dogs has spent 3 months on this farm, you know, which is a small fenced off area and quite unique in terms of how long they've spent on this farm, because wild dogs roam such large areas. But because they're avoiding lions, it's just this haven for them.
Perfect.
There's high prey densities and no competition with other competing carnivores. No hyenas, no lions. The odd leopard moves through, but it's the perfect place for them. But unfortunately, then come into conflict with humans.
We definitely noticed from the chopper that they avoided the human habitation completely while we're flying. The female in particular.
Yeah, and then I mean even on the ground, you know, so under normal circumstances with a habituated or relaxed pack with inside a protected area like Kruger, you get to within 15 meters to dart them. After 3 months, I haven't seen these dogs from closer than 50 meters on the ground, and always running. And then even from the helicopter, you know, if you speak to Gary McDonald, as soon as they see or hear the helicopter, they're running straight away, you know. So that kind of is, with the human-wildlife conflict interface, that's what keeps these dogs alive outside. Is they've learned, they're smart, they avoid people, they move around at night a lot more frequently, and as a crepuscular or diurnal species, we've noticed that from the GPS collars, that they're actually moving around at night a lot more frequently to avoid detection from people.
So these guys are now off to a boma?
Yeah, so they're going to go to a temporary holding facility, a boma. We'll keep them in that boma for a couple of months, and then as part of the meta population and the range expansion, look for a new reserve for them to be permanently released into. So here we've actually got 2 males and 1 female, but this is an adult male and these are 2 sub-adults. So they would effectively be his pups from 2 seasons ago. The female that came into the boma first, she's reaching dispersing age because she can't mate with her father. So she's getting ready to split off from the pack, and that's probably the main reason why from the helicopter she's already going off on her own. She's getting ready to leave him.
She gave Jerry some tricky work today.
Exactly.
But oh, he is so beautiful.
41.3. Okay.
The guys are now stabilizing the dogs. They're a bit hot. You can see Wimpy has just holding the dog's leg up, and that's to keep it cool air through that area where there's a lot of blood vessels. And we're going to be here for about 15 minutes, and while they stabilize the dogs as we get ready to move them to their next home. I don't think there's any other way to have done dogs in this terrain and a skittish pack like this.
No, 100%. And also, I mean, it's the amount of flying we've done trying to dart them and locate them. If you actually work it out, it's gonna be much cheaper, this option. And I think a lot less stress. You get them all done one shot, and you know, it's a lot of work. And I think it's a team effort. Everyone put in so much effort, and I think it's worked out really well. The flying just comes second.
Thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome, bud.
That was absolutely incredible. Obviously, it can look quite stressful on the animals, but it's better than them actually dying. And it is the only way in this really rough Mopani country to actually get the dogs. Some incredible flying by Jerry, some good work by these boys jumping on the wild dogs. So absolutely amazing. Everyone doing their part.